Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Archer's Garage and Whatnot. Today we are back in the garage doing some mechanical repairs. Stumbling all over my words there. Mechanical repairs. Today we're working on my neighbor slash very good friend's leaf blower. He ripped the pull cord out of it the other day, and we're going to try to repair it today. So let's get started on it. Alright, so what we're working on is a Craftsman leaf blower, and so typically pull cords are a simple thing. You usually take this guy off and you wind them up and they go on there. Some engineer needed to justify their existence, and they redesigned this pull cord thing so it looks like, just looking off the bat, I'm going to have to pull all this apart. So I don't know why they have to redesign stuff like that. You have a proven design that's simple and it works on the outside, and now you have to change it to where it's here. So you have to take all this off to get to it. Some smart people can do some very stupid things sometimes, but that's why we're here. We're going to fix it. So let's see if we can figure this thing out. Alright, so it looks like I'm going to have to take the snout off to get these guys off, right? So I'm going to take these bolts out. This case will come apart, but it goes inside the snout here, right? But it doesn't look like it's made to come apart, because when you push it, right, this back piece here doesn't want to go in. It only goes in on the front side. So it's made to go together, not come apart. So what I'm thinking is take these loose, and then it'll pop loose like that, because I'm trying to get this in there and it doesn't want to move down far enough. It may. Let me try a little bit more. Let me put you guys down for a second. And one thing making this thing difficult is it's so new that all the tolerances are really, really tight. So nothing wants to come apart. Even this piece up here that does come apart relatively easy is still snug. So I mean, if this is an old wore out machine, they come apart pretty easy because they're old and worn out. But this one, being so new, is making it kind of difficult. Alright, so let me try the other way that I thought. So it's got these torques. I'm going to run these out of here, out of the case. By the way, that is, let's see if I can show you guys what size it is. I can't even see it on my bit, so you'll just have to trial and error that one. If I find the size, I'll put it in the description down below. Looks like I'm gonna have to squeeze this down. Interesting. Whoever redesigned this really did a horrible job. Because like I said, it used to be just 4 screws on this guy. You take it off and you're home free, but this one is turning out to be not the case. Wow. Ah, good times. All right. So I'm going to wrestle with this a little bit more. Once I figure it out, I'll turn the camera back on, show you guys what I did. All right. I wrestled with this thing long enough. Okay. All right. So here's what we're doing. So this clip here is what we're trying to get down so I can get this off of there, right? So what you're trying to do is overcome this and slide that off at the same time, but it's very, very tight fit because this thing's brand new. So it's a tight fit there. So it can be done. It was a mission, but it can be done. Anyway, we got that. Got all our T25s off. This guy comes off. And now, this looks like a 14 millimeter. Got a 14. I'm gonna take this guy off. Well, let me set you guys down. Sorry for the wiggleness. I'm setting you guys up here. And as always, guys, this can be done with basic hand tools. I just happen to have these, so I'm going to use them. There's that. There's the nut. There's that guy. Oh, we got some more torques in there. Those seem to be a little bit tighter than the ones that held the case together. So keep in mind, if you're not using an impact, those may fight you a little bit. Oh, we got some more over here. Here, there, the gun didn't even struggle with these guys. That's going into the plastic. So you hear the way the other ones were. They're probably going into the engine itself. Okay, didn't need to take the handle loose. We're learning this as we go, guys. These are the ones that hold the engine to the case. Gotta be another one here. Looks like there's one right there. Oh, there it is. There it is. There's our long ones that went through the case. You always want to be careful when you're taking things apart. You don't yank any wires or throttle cables or anything like that. Oh, I see the monster we're trying to get to. There he is. Alright. Let's put this back on the shaft. Alright. So here he is. So that's the guy we need to get off. So it looks like there's a little retention spring on there. I don't have a new one, so I'll be real careful to take that guy off as carefully as I can so I can reuse it. And then so there's spring tension on this guy, so when you pull the string, he comes back. See? All right, guys, I'm gonna set you down, get this thing set up so I can do it fairly comfortably. All right, before I start diving into this, I want to show you guys, I did wind up taking the handle loose. That was instrumental to be able to lay the engine over so I can work comfortably like this. So there's just an extra couple screws, laid the engine over. And this guy here, this spacer, keeps wanting to slide off. So pay attention to this, guys. Don't lose parts when you're taking things apart. Don't lose parts when you're taking things apart. Anyhow, so to get this guy off, I've got a little pocket screwdriver. I'll try to get up under there. And I've got a bigger screwdriver, but it's very skinny, to try to walk it around also. So let me set you guys up and see if we can get this. Like I said, I don't have a spare one of these, so I'm going to be as careful as I can to get it off here, because I'm sure you're supposed to put a new one on whenever you take these apart. They're just thin little things. Ah, look at that, came apart. Okay, and there we go. There's the end of the spring, or the end of the string. There we go. So now I'm going to tie the new string together, wind it all up, slap her back together. Cool. So it wasn't as bad as I expected. Not as easy as the old ones were, but not as bad as I expected. Alright, guys, so I got this thing wound up here. Let me unwind this thing and see what we did. Very simple. So you fish. I forgot to turn the camera on, and now I'm backtracking here. Okay. So you fish your wire, or your rope through this hole here. You pull it through, tie a knot, and you pull it back through, and then the knot, see it in there, holds it still, right? So then this, trying to film and do this at the same time. See this guy here? That goes in there. See? I'm gonna have to put you guys down and do this, but anyway, I'm gonna show you how it goes. So anyway, so then this, that guy there, goes on that, and the actual spring that recoils everything when you pull the string out and it brings it back in, that's in there. So you'll put this guy on there, it'll straddle that thing in there. You can see that. All right, so I'm gonna have to put you guys down so I can do this with two hands. So there it is all together, guys. So I put that there, and the other one inside there, and then see it looks like that. Now of course it'll have more recoil once I get it all together, but I can only do this so much with excuse me, with the thing sitting here and one-handed. So there you go. All right, so now I start putting it back together. Remember, don't lose this sleeve. Don't lose your parts. All right, guys, so we're going back together with it. I would have filmed a lot of it, but there's just so much that you just can't film. You just kind of have to fish it in there together. There's the throttle cable in here. You kind of have to fish it in there and all that. But anyhow, so we got the 14 millimeter tightened up. Now I got to put the cover back on. Yeah, it's a interesting job. Once I start it up, this will suck in. It's definitely a lot harder than the old ones were. Some engineer is probably very, very proud of his work here. Or maybe her work. I don't know. One way or another, they made it tough on us. So I'd like to do a little throat punch therapy on them. But here it is. It's not impossible. You can do it. You just got to be patient with it. That's for sure. Anyhow, Let me turn you guys around. All right, guys. So a little bit of a frustrating job today, but as always here on Archer's Garage and whatnot, the goal is to show you that you can do repairs at home without going to the store or the shop and paying hundreds of dollars to do stuff you can do at home with basic hand tools. Yeah, I use my DeWalt Impact because I've got it, but you can do this with basic hand tools. No sense going and paying the guy, the owner of the shop, the big bucks, when you can do it yourself. So a little bit of initiative, hand tools, and you can do everything. And this just goes to show it. I can't even talk today. This thing's got me so flustered I can't even talk. So anyhow, thank you for joining me. If you like the content here, hit a like, subscribe to the channel. There's more stuff like this. I do woodworking. We do all kinds of neat little things around the house. Anyhow, thank you for joining us. Have a blessed day, everybody.